Good afternoon. Once again, we are in session 3, unit 3 of session 2, or session 2 of unit 3. And session 2 talks about expository methods. Expository methods or teaching is basically a direct instruction. It is a lecture presentation or telling strategy used during instructions. Normally, the teacher presents to the students with a subject matter, the rules and examples that illustrate the rules. So this more or the little knowledge of expository. We will get into it further. And the objective for this session is that by the end of this session, you will be able to explain what expository method of teaching is, the merits and the demerits, its limitations. So let's take some meanings of expository teaching methods. Expository teaching usually involves presenting clear and concise information in a purposeful way that allows students to easily make connection from one concept to the next. And it helps students to keep focus on the topic at hand. When students are discovering information on their own, they can get distracted and confused by unnecessary information and have difficulty determining what is important. So the teacher often gives both the principles and the problems, solutions, and present the students with the entire content of what is to be learned. That's about the expository method. Expository learning has also has been identified with rote learning. The students can only memorize what the lecture or what is lectured by constant review and repetition. Normally, usually, teachers start with definition of concepts or principles, illustrate them, and unfold their applications, and it's sometimes known as deductive teaching anyway. But for expository, mostly is the students are just giving what they are supposed to take without they doing any discovery or without they doing any much practical work. Then expository teaching, however, can present a range of highly related facts, concepts, and principles which the student can learn. So that's one of the positives of expository teaching. And this method is built on the following ideas. Robert Gain, who proposed that teaching begins at the level which serves as a prerequisite for a higher level. That's one of the ideas that the expository method is built on. Because they need to have some basis, and because of that basis, we sometimes deal with expository. Then Jeremy Brunner also advocates that mathematics should be presented in at least 3 ways: inactive, iconic, and symbolic. This is also one of the reasons underpinning expository. Then Zoltan P. Davis also focus on dynamic principles, which suggest that play should be incorporated in teaching of mathematical concepts. So what are the merits of expository teaching? Through proper expository teaching, students can proceed directly. Through proper expository teaching, students can proceed direct to a level of abstract understanding that is qualitatively superior to the intuitive level in terms of generality, clarity, and many more. Teacher presents information to their students in a purposeful way that allows students to make connections from concepts. It is more efficient and takes less time than discovery learning. Then it is beneficial for the auditory learner who does become listening to instructions. Then the limitations, Teacher is in complete control of all aspects of the learning or all aspects of the lesson, and the students are not able to take active part in their education. Poor expository teaching leads to passive learners because they are not active. Since they are not active, they become passive learners. Retention and utilization of learning may be curtailed. It does not adequately cater for individual differences, and it can be teacher-dominated rather than child-centered. Expository or implication for teaching is that this method, that's expository teaching, is a fast and efficient way of giving information, relatively easy to organize, and often require little teacher preparation. Possible for teacher to motivate with enthusiasm and lively discussion. The lesson can be regulated according to the student's response. That's one of the implications. The lesson can be regulated according to the teacher's response. In this session, we learn about what is expository method, its merits, demerits, and the limitations. So these are what we have done for this session.